welcome to the late night episode. It is now 4 a.m. here in Denmark. We've been at it for 13 hours. And that was even though I did sneak in a little cat nap and I did spend a fair amount of time eating, I've still had lots of wonderful knitting time. I hope that you're enjoying yourselves. I hope that you're knitting away happily. I actually also hope that the flare in my glasses is not too bad, too distracting. I am trying to keep my head angled, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna succeed. Hello, Canada. I guess it's evening now over at your place. I'm just gonna finish this row so that I can show you how far I have come on my cat number 3. I have made some progress for sure. Thanks. Good. I'm happy to hear that. It can be super distracting if you have these studio lights flashing at the glasses, but I can't do without the glasses. And from Florida. Oh yeah. Lovely, lovely Florida. I guess you're already well into spring, aren't you? Let's see. See here. I finished the shoulders and then we have the ribbing for the armholes here. The increases. Oh, 10 p.m. in New York City. Yay. And hi, Sen. Amazing, you're up. We don't stop when we have a chance to knit, right? I don't think I have too far to go. I don't think I have too far to go yet before starting the ribbing on the body. Well, I do have some inches, but still, it is coming along, and it is curling horribly, but of course that's gonna blog out. I actually thought that I would do kind of a regular podcast episode now, just going through what I finished since we last spoke and what I am knitting on. Oh, one more from Charlottenlund. Wow. There's a lot of Danish knitters who just keep going. It is, as I said, 4 a.m., so yay us. We're doing a good job, I think. Oh, yay. Well, if you watched the Danish episode, this is very much the same thing because I didn't finish anything. Oh, the dog just scared me stiff. I'm sorry. Yeah. Miss, stop. I finished the Friday Shrug, a free pattern from Jackie Rose of the Caddy Jacks podcast. Misa, come here. Yeah, come here. Den er god nok. I'll just get the dog. Hang on a second. Misa, come. So sorry for that. She must have seen something. She doesn't like the reflection in the windows of the door here, and that's probably what happened with her. But, okay, I did finish the Friday Shrug, a free pattern available on Ravelry, created by Jackie Rose from the Hverdagsro Knits podcast. And I am loving this thing. I love it even more than I love my Saturday Shrug. The Friday Shrug is a DK weight gauge. It is knit holding 2 strands of fingering weight together so that you can marl all of the colors. And I am, of course, heavily inspired by the colors that Jackie Rose uses for one of her samples. The only modifications I made to this pattern, no, 2. I did, as I did on my Saturday Shrug, I did go down a needle size for the top portion up here just to taper it just ever so slightly. She is probably wondering, but then again, she's been sleeping. Yeah, she's been sleeping ever since this afternoon. Maybe she thinks it's morning. And then here, I did not marl the colors. I like the marling up here. I think it looks pretty nice, but I don't know, down here, I just didn't care for it. So I ripped back and then I knit 1 round before starting the ribbing with the black color to get like a clean line between the 2 very contrasting colors. But I am using this a lot. I am using it indoors just for a little extra warmth over a shirt or even over my knits. And I am using it outdoors over a blazer or a light jacket on a nice spring-like day. The other thing that I finished is this. And I showed this little scarf in my introduction to the Knitathon because Ina, who created the scarf, generously donated 10 patterns for our giveaways here for the Knitathon. It is a lovely little scarf. It's, if you ask me, the perfect size, the bandana style I really like. I don't care so much for the very skinny little scarves. I don't know how to style them. But this bandana style is just so easy to wear, and it does give just that little extra warmth that you sometimes need. The construction is brilliant. It's all knit stitches. Very, very few purl stitches. The shaping is created with short rows, and you can choose whichever stitch pattern or color pattern you would like in this scarf. I chose to do some rows of eyelets, but it's also beautiful just in plain stockinette stitch. I am loving this. I'm so happy to be able to give away 10 patterns for this. It is really nice. Yes, I am loving this, and I'm super happy to be able to give away 10 patterns for this scarf. I knitted using some yarn that I purchased quite a few years ago. These are the leftovers. This is from Stress Knits. It's her favorite sock base, and the colorway name is Figgy. And yeah, when I was choosing the yarn for the scarf, I was in a hurry. I was actually 1 foot out of the door to go on my little Easter vacation when Ina wrote me, "I have the pattern ready. Do you want to knit it?" Yes, I want to knit it. So I just ran into my studio here and grabbed this very special skein that I had actually caked up years ago for some reason. So I grabbed this and then I searched for some mohair to pair it with. And first I grabbed some light gray and some white. But then for some reason I found this brown. It's a drops kit silk. And I was like, oh. But a white or a light gray is just going to tone down the colors and it's going to be like easy. But then I decided, no, I'm going to go for the new thing that I never tried. I never tried pairing a mohair and a fingering weight with this much contrast. So I decided to only bring these two skeins on my vacation. So I had to use them. And I am so happy that I did because I really love how it knit up. So yeah, this one is available on Ravelry. You can either search for Ina Holst or you can search, but that's going to be more difficult, Ina's Skæveklud. I think just search for Ina Holst and then you should be able to find this pattern. It is glorious. Also remember that if you want to enter to win some of the amazing prizes that I talked about and showed in the introduction episode to the Knitathon, you need to comment on my videos when they come up after the live streaming is done. So the videos are going to be on my channel. They're going to be on when you go to the channel page, there's going to be videos and there's going to be lives and community, different tabs. Go to lives and then you will see the previous episodes. Leave a comment on one or all of them. Every comment counts as one chance to win one of the many lovely prizes. So these were my finished objects. Onto my whips. I am still plucking away on my 3 forever knits, but there has been just a little bit of progress on them. Not a lot, but a little. A little counts as well. So the cardigan that I am having so much fun with, just knitting for fun, not trying to achieve anything or do something special, just doing whatever comes to mind. I have now finished the body of it, and it just hangs beautifully on the body. I am completely in love with this. And I have picked up the sleeves for stitches for one of the sleeves. I did block the body before picking up stitches because I was a little unsure about this yarn. Because it is a very, very soft yarn, I was afraid that it might grow a lot in blocking. It is from Anita's World. It is wonderful. Thank you so much, Jula. It is 75% superwash merino, 15% mulberry silk, and 10% cashmere. So it is very soft and heavy drapey yarn. So I was afraid that it would grow a lot in blocking, so I decided to go ahead and block it before picking up the stitches. Actually, it didn't grow much. I don't know why. But yeah, I am working my way through the sleeve. I think I'm gonna make like kimono-like sleeves, a little heavy open sleeves. We'll see. That's the thing with this cardigan, that I don't know what will happen. I will just let the yarn and the knitting show me what is going to happen. but I am really enjoying working on this one. I actually keep the yarn because it's slippery and soft yarn. I am keeping it in a yarn cozy that I was gifted from Lizzie from the Purled in Texas podcast that we just watched. She made this one for me, and you can see there's not a lot of yarn left in this cake, but what is left seems to be like sticking to the sides, so there is no tangled mess here, which I really appreciate. I need to get myself more yarn cozies. Also, they're lovely small projects, like quick fixes if I need to finish something. My other forever knit, Ellsworth, still working on the second panel of this. I have decided to use a stitch marker to show myself that I am actually making progress from week to week. So this is where I was the last time I showed you this. So something is happening, but there's still some ways to go on the second panel, and then I have all of the third panel left, and then the finishing, which I'm not sure how to do. If I'm gonna try to match stitch it together, or if I'm gonna pick up stitches and work an I-cord to, I don't know. Time will tell. It'll be interesting to see though. But yeah, a lovely project, and I know that I say this every time I talk about this project. This pattern is brilliantly written. It is written exactly like the pattern that I wrote for a very, very similar shawl. I just used 3 colors instead of 2, but everything else is more or less identical, which is why I am not going to publish my pattern. But because of this pattern, you need to actually find your own shorthand to navigate it, because it falls in 2 sections. So in one section, it is described how to work each of these wedges individually, how to work the short rows, how many rows to have in between, and all that stuff. And as you can see, they're different. There's some of them that are repeated, but there's a lot of different wedges. And then the other part of the pattern then tells you in what order to knit the wedges and with what color yarn. So in the beginning, I was flipping back and forth between the 2 sections, driving myself crazy. But then I came up with this shorthand so that I could just put a note on my phone and with very few numbers tell myself how to knit the next wedge and the next and the next. And now it is, yeah, easy peasy. But I really recommend that you try to do that if you are gonna try your hand at this beautiful, wonderful pattern. I am not going to be putting links in the show notes for my projects, but most of what I'm showing is things that I have shown before, so you can go back to previous podcasts and there's going to be links directly to the patterns on Ravelry there. My third forever knit is not a knit. It is, of course, my 2-nation crochet blanket. This is originally a baby blanket. It's called the Mulberry Afghan baby blanket, and it is designed by Tony Lipsy. I cast on more stitches than the pattern calls for, maybe 16 or 20, something like that. And I actually think that once this is blocked, and there's a border around it, it's going to be the perfect size for a blanket that I can curl up in when I'm hanging out on the couch knitting. I am absolutely thrilled that I am able to do the Tunisian crochet without waking up all the pain in my elbow. I can do this, no problem. Also, I do not work on this for hours on end. I work on it just a little bit every now and then, and I am enjoying myself thoroughly. The yarns that I am using are the yarns that are recommended in the pattern. It is this Lion Brand Mandala in the ombre colorway, and then it is the Lion Brand Anti-Pilling Basic Stitch something, I think. Yeah, but I decided to get the yarns that was recommended in the pattern since I had it available when I was over in Texas. So those were my 3 forever knits. Yes, Tunisian crochet is very nice, and it is kind of meditative because the movement that you make is smaller and simpler than in regular crochet. So you just work your way and then you go back. So it's very small movements, and it's like waves rolling back and forth, and it's just, yeah, I can't recommend it enough if you haven't tried it. It's a lovely craft. But yeah, my 3 forever knits are not going to be done anytime soon. I am enjoying working on them, and it's okay that they take forever. That's why I call them my forever knits. That doesn't mean that I don't need a quick fix every now and then, like the shrug and the scarf. And I also did cast on a quick fix-ish project this week. Actually, I cast this on because I needed something to work on. We were having a knit meetup in Denmark. And I needed something simple to work on, something that was just stockinette stitch in the round. So I decided to cast on another cat number 2, because as soon as you're past this lace portion, it is basically just stockinette stitch in the round. And when I was up visiting Bettina from A Knitter's World, she gifted me this cotton yarn, and this is 100% cotton, but it is unlike any cotton that I have ever seen before. It's so soft. It doesn't have that like just hint of harshness that regular cotton has. It's so soft. You can almost tell when you see the yarn in the skein. But this is a yarn that you need to touch. It's so soft. Yeah. The color is not within my personal comfort zone, but I decided that this is going to look absolutely amazing with white shorts or white jeans for the summer. It's going to be absolutely lovely. And I need just a little bit of color. I really do. I don't know that I do, but I do enjoy it. And I for sure enjoy knitting with it. I enjoyed revisiting my cat number 2, and now it is just smooth sailing, perfect project to just keep for those occasions where you want to be able to concentrate fully on talking with people or doing stuff, reading, watching television, knitting in the dark, in the car. Yeah, for all those occasions, I'm going to save this project so that I always have something very simple and easy to work on. The last thing that I have on my needles is something that I finished a while ago. But I am keeping it in this project bag from Knitwear by Maki. It is super soft. It's some kind of a velvety fabric up here. This is the same bag that she also offered for the giveaway. So this is what you can win if you remember to leave a comment or 2 or 10. Go ahead and leave as many comments as you would like. In it is my Be Beautiful. It's the wintry version that I knit in some Moondrake fiber, a sport weight merino superwash. You can easily get gauge for the Be Beautiful with a heavier weight yarn because it is written for a very open gauge. I wanted to experiment with a slanting shoulder. This particular experiment failed, but I have now a yarn to do another experiment with some short row shaping instead of the European shoulder, which it just didn't work out. But I don't know. I never wore this. I wore it once right after I finished it, and then I didn't touch it again. And I was like, why? Why is it just laying there and I'm never reaching for it? And so I tried it on, and it turned out it was too short in the body and too long in the sleeves. Some years ago, I would probably just have thought, yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna wear it very soon. I'm gonna start wearing it just as soon as blah, blah, blah. But nowadays, I don't do that. I do sweater surgery every single time I have a knit that's not working for me. I will try to change it. The last time I was in the McKinney Knittery, I was talking to one of the wonderful knitters over there, and she was telling us how she had she knitted, was it the balloon cardigan by Petite Knit, a substantial amount of knitting, and it was just too long, and we talked about different ways of shortening it. So this was too short, but basically I did what I also suggested that she did. I picked up all the stitches all the way around the body, and it's easy to see where I did it because it's not blocked. It really looks like there's going to be a big color difference, but that is only because it's not blocked. So I went around and picked up all of the stitches, and then I picked up the stitches on the row below, just like you would for a afterthought heel. So you pick up stitches, you go down one row around, and then you pick up the stitches there as well. And then you just unravel the row between, and you have the bottom on one set of needles and the top on another. And that way you can either rip back if you want it shorter, or you can knit on if you want it longer, and then graft it together using the Kitchener stitch. In this case, it would probably have been almost as fast to just redo the ripping, but I didn't wanna. I actually kind of like kitchen stitching. And also, yeah, that was the choice I made. I'm happy. So as soon as this has been blocked, it's going to be perfect. I did try it on many, many times as I was working on it, and it hits me exactly where I want it to hit me. And the next thing that I then did was to pick out the bind off on the sleeves and rip back to the length that I wanted, and then rip back another couple of inches, just so that I could work some increases before I changed to the smaller needle to just do the rolled over hem again. So yeah, I really do recommend, if you have something that you knit and you're not happy with it, do something about it. It's so gratifying to do stuff like this because it doesn't take all that long, and you just feel so good, both for having a beautiful sweater that you want to wear, but also for not just leaving it hanging in your closet, but actually making sure that you're going to use it. The last thing that I want to talk about is my dream knit, because on Instagram you can see all of the hand dyers advertising their advents. And I saw that by the Danish hand dyer, who last year dyed this advent, she also advertised hers. And I was like, that was so much fun last year doing the Jericho's rows together. I want to make an advent sweater. So I pulled out all of my leftovers from last year, and I want to make something amazing. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm pretty sure there's going to be enough here, because I want to also make sure that there's going to be enough in these 24 mini skeins for sizes that are larger than mine. So it's fine that I have these smaller bowls left. So yeah, I am thinking, I did get a lot of ideas when I was in the Maldives, looking at all the fishes in all their amazing colors. They were boasting colors just like these. And they were pairing these amazing colors with blacks and whites and like stripes. I want to do that. I want to do something like that. I don't know. Again, we shall see. Time will tell. I have said that a couple of times throughout this episode. But yeah, I am looking forward to start working with all these amazing colors. And I probably also need to get myself an advent for December. So yeah, that's what I'm knitting on. For sure, my cat number 3 is gonna take priority right now. I am gonna finish this. It has been sent to the wonderful and amazing person who patiently and very, very gently corrects all my mistakes, my tech editor, Tina. Tina is busy doing other stuff this weekend. She is happily knitting away. But as soon as she okays it, I have a team of testers ready to go. So I really want to get this pattern out as soon as possible. I just need to make sure that it is, of course, perfect before I do that. There is nothing worse as a designer than discovering mistakes in your patterns. Yeah, that's horrible. But that's not going to happen with this one. I will be working on this non-stop until it is done. And then I am looking forward to sending it out into testing. So yeah, that was it for my knitting. Someone is very tired again. I think it was exhausting to go crazy. I am gonna wait 20 more minutes and then Bettina from A Knitter's World is gonna go live in English. I want to watch that, but after that there's actually a break. The next live event is at 8 o'clock, which is 3 hours after Bettina. I think I'm just going to rest a little bit. But at 8 o'clock, Hverdagsro and Mindful Making is going to go live together. One is in Denmark, one in Australia, but they're gonna, I think they do it via Zoom. I think that's what they did last year, or for the last Knitathon. They're gonna do it in Danish though. And actually, after A Knitter's World, the rest of the live streams are gonna be in Danish. We need more English-speaking podcasters to contribute to this Knitathon. I'm so sorry that this is it for the entertainment in English. I am, of course, gonna go live again at 3 o'clock to close the Knitathon, but we're not gonna talk about that because that's kind of sad. I always get a little sad when it's over, so we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, we have Hverdagsro and Mindful Making. Then we have Horslev Strik. That's one of my brilliant test knitters. We have Forever Knitting. We have Strik og Romantik. And we have Midnatsstrik, who is also a hand dyer. And then we have Jorn's Strikkekurv. And then we're back to me and to the ceremony that we're not talking about. I hope that you will enjoy the rest of this knitathon. I hope you are knitting away happily, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you, Ulla. I'm so happy that you're still hanging in there. See you soon, guys. Bye for now.